Hello, I'm Dan Rather, and welcome to the CBS Evening News online edition. Just ahead, a preview of this winter's heating costs, and it isn't pretty. Also, the tax cuts. They're a big campaign issue, but where exactly do the presidential candidates stand? CBS's series, What Does It Mean to You? Takes a look. And shock jock Howard Stern's fans will now have to pay to hear him. Why the radio personality is moving to satellite radio. It's all starting now on the CBS Evening News online edition. The U.S. government is warning higher energy costs are about to hit home.
If you're looking for an energy villain, start with Ivan. The September hurricane destroyed offshore drilling platforms in the Gulf of Mexico, dropping U.S. oil production to its lowest level in more than 50 years. And repeated attacks against pipelines in Iraq and Nigeria have diminished world supplies, at the same time that booming economies like China's are driving record demand.
What it means is higher prices, tight supplies, low inventories, increased demand.
And pain for consumers. The U.S. Department of Energy today warned winter heating bills are going up for everyone. Electricity produced by coal and nuclear plants will cost 6% more this winter. Natural gas, used in 60% of American homes, will rise 15%. Propane costs are expected to jump more than 21%, and heating oil a whopping 28%.
So go to church, light a candle, and pray for mild weather.
Because mild weather, says energy analyst Bill O'Grady, is the best hope for keeping heating costs in check. Supply is just meeting demand, and oil producers are pumping at full capacity.
As demand increases, there's simply no more oil to be brought to market, and the price goes up essentially vertically.
And consumers will see exactly what that means when their winter bills arrive. Heating oil customers, for example, who paid an average of $953 last year, will pay more than $1,200 this heating season. But that's only an estimate, and it may be conservative. Energy analysts warn a colder than normal winter predicted for much of the East could add another $200 to the tab. Bob Orr, CBS News, Washington.
Everyone wants to know what the presidential election might mean to their personal balance sheets. For instance, would your taxes go up, down, or stay the same, depending on who wins? CBS's Mika Brzezinski looks at where the candidates stand on taxes in the Eye on America election series, What Does It Mean to You?
I don't give grades. You earn them.
Helene Cook is a passionate teacher.
Is this for real or not? Am I playing with you?
And passionate in her belief that President Bush's tax cuts only help the rich.
If you want to give out tax breaks, if you want to prime the economy, then do it for working people. Don't do it for privileged people who have millions of dollars in the bank. Everybody with me? I don't want to lose you.
She talks like a working stiff, but in reality...
Honey, I'm upper class. I actually have 2 houses. I have a sailboat. I summer in Martha's Vineyard.
In fact, she inherited millions and is a member of the group Responsible Wealth, advocates for narrowing the gap between the rich and, well, everybody else.
Without lifting a finger, I am keeping 20% more money than I did the year before.
John Kerry says he'd repeal the tax cuts for the wealthiest Americans.
We can roll back the Bush tax cuts for those at the top, and we can cut taxes for middle-class Americans.
That might not sound like much, but according to the Congressional Budget Office, households in the top 20% of income, earning an average of about $204,000, pay more than 80% of all income taxes. That's why others say it's no surprise that they receive 2/3 of the tax cuts. President Bush wants to make all of his tax cuts permanent, and now he's talking about simplifying the tax code.
I will lead a bipartisan effort to reform and simplify the federal tax code.
Former IRS Commissioner Fred Goldberg says something has to be done.
Tax reform is an imperative at this point. I think the current system is broke beyond repair.
But it's not going to be easy.
Fundamental tax reform will bring the lobbyists out of the woodwork like cockroaches.
That's because the current tax code includes incentives for social policies that we've gotten used to, like deductions for home mortgage interest, charitable donations, even the purchase of fuel-efficient cars. The simpler the tax code, the less likely all these special exemptions will be in it.
Fundamental tax reform will bring some of those politically motivated social policies to an end.
For Helene Cook, tax reform is simple math.
Those who have more can pay more. Those who have less pay less. That makes sense to me.
From one millionaire who says, give someone else a break.
You all need to listen up.
In Washington, I'm Mika Brzezinski for Eye on America.
We close tonight with word of a big change coming for millions of radio listeners, a possible trend setting in. Howard Stern says he is leaving Infinity Broadcasting, over the airways free radio, owned like CBS by Viacom, and moving his raunchy talk show to the new world of satellite, pay for it as you listen radio, which, depending on your point of view, may or may not be such a bad thing, as CBS's Lee Cowan reports.
We're back with the Howard
You're damn
Stern
right we're back.
Instead of changing his ways, Howard Stern has changed the rules. Not surprising for a man who now claims he's going to kill off the media that made him.
I'm done with broadcast radio. Death to broadcast radio.
His decency battles with the FCC are legendary. He's claimed for years he's been overregulated, so now he's gone over their heads.
We're being regulated to death, and it's not fair, and it's got to change.
Howard Stern moves to Sirius now,
taking his top-ranked show to satellite radio, where there are virtually no decency rules and no station groups who can pull the plug.
It will be whatever he wants to take it to.
And that has decency groups a little nervous.
From a moral perspective, it's bad. So it may be that Howard Stern will get even worse.
The only comfort, says Bob Peters of Morality in Media, is that now those who hear him will have to pay to do it.
Adults are choosing to bring that moron into their homes.
Moron or not, it's that kind of choice, whether to pay for their entertainment, that Americans are increasingly making. Whether it's satellite radio or cable TV, Americans seem to believe that they get what they pay for. In just the last decade, viewership for pay TV has more than doubled, while the free networks have collectively lost more than 20 million of their once hardy fans. Shows like HBO's The Sopranos have not only won awards season after season, but they've also delighted critics, who routinely complain that free TV has simply grown too stale.
Cable can't take chances and do things that network television is afraid to do.
Howard Stern may say he's blazing a new trail, but in reality he's following a trend that says he's far too popular to be offered up for free. Lee Cowan, CBS News, New York.
More stories are just a click away. But don't forget to join me on television for the on-air edition of the CBS Evening News. On Thursday's broadcast, we'll give you an inside look at the West Virginia prison Martha Stewart will soon call home. For CBSNews.com, I'm Dan Rather.